you're going to live a hard life if your life is all about getting other people to like you. People don't have to like you. There's nothing in the rule book that says somebody has to like you. The people that like you will like you, and the people that don't. Y'all don't have to be by each other. You don't ever have to talk to this person again. I'm like, oh, wait. And it was like, I was like 15 or 16, and I still think that way. Like, if I say something that hurts your feelings, please tell me.
Yeah, inform me, because I want to grow.
Yes.
But I'm not going to go out of my way to be like, please like me. I'm going to do whatever it takes for you to like me, because I'm not. I love you, but be so for real. You don't need to be nice at all. Being nice is not doing a service to yourself, to other people. Quite honestly, it's fake. You're not a good person because you're nice. Today, we have Rosa Not So Nice here to speak the truth. She probably talks the truth more than I do, I feel like. And I think I be running my mouth, but she do me dirty with how much more she do it. So who are you? Why do you go by Rosa Not So Nice? Like, what's that for?
So, I mean, that's a loaded question. I'm so many different, I feel like, journeys packed into one person. My nickname is Rosa Nice, but I'm a singer. I own a record label. I'm a public health activist. I have a social media platform that I like to show my lifestyle content on. So I do a little bit of influencing in my spare time. I do a lot. I'm an AmeriCorps service member, currently on administrative hold. Thanks, Doge. So, I mean, I do a lot, and I love to troll Republicans on Twitter. That's like, don't go on my Twitter if you don't want me to be cursing out Republicans. I do a lot. And I think it's important to stand on your like morals and beliefs. And that's why I go by Rosa Not So Nice. You know, that's why my record label is called Not So Nice Records and Promotions, because people will try to take advantage of you unless you set boundaries. And you can't set boundaries if you haven't explored the world and yourself yet. So that's kind of where I've gotten to on my journey.
Period. Yeah. So what boundaries do you feel like you've had to set being in the music industry?
You literally have to write it all out before you even go into a room with someone. It's crazy you asked that, because when I started making music, it was just like, oh, I love music. I've always loved music. Was in choir, was in musicals, you know, did musical theater for a while. And then it was like, okay, well, I want to write songs. I was around rappers in the industry. I was an assistant. And I was like, but y'all sound trash. I bet I could do this better. And so I sat and I started listening to beats and started writing music. That's how I wrote Revolutions, my first song. And it just kind of went to situations where I walked in, I think, blind, not knowing what to expect, because I would go into these studio sessions with rappers and they were all friends, and the producers were their friends, and the engineer were their friends. The photographers were their friends. So there was like no fee involved and like no money exchange. But when you're a woman in the industry, when there is no fee involved, there's a lot of times, not always, there's expectations with that. And people treat you differently based on what they've done for you. So my biggest lesson was come with your money, right? Like, always come with the money for the session, always come with the money for the beat, always come for the money for the video. Talk about it beforehand, have contracts. I'm a contract early. Everybody is in an NDA. Everybody gets a split sheet. Everybody is in the studio session. If a song blows up, they can get rights, even if they didn't say a word about music. So for me, it's very important to walk in the door with expectations, contracts, agreements, money paid beforehand. Like, I've gone places without a contract, not having paid, left upset. Like, yeah, the music industry is full of what you can learn. So that's why I like being in the background too. I like being the production assistant behind the scenes, because it teaches you what other artists are asking for. Like, if you don't know what a writer is, when you're performing, you're not getting waters and food and your favorite snacks, or like some people's writers have the craziest things on. Like, I need 3 clean white cotton t-shirts. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the craziest expectations from people. And if you're not setting these boundaries ahead of time, people, number one, could take advantage of you in the most humiliating of ways, sexually, physically, financially, emotionally, mentally, or like you could lose your rights to your music. You could lose your rights to your name, which almost happened to me. Shout out to my music lawyer. So yeah, there's a lot of boundaries you have to set in the industry or you'll walk into dangerous situations.
Now, I feel like people in the past have glorified being an artist, being a pop star, being in the music industry. And it's something we all look and we're like, oh, I wish I could be Ariana Grande. I wish I could be all these people.
Yeah.
But now the veil is starting to be lifted with all the Diddy stuff, like the lawsuit and the RICO case that he's fighting. Do you think that his public airing of the negative things he's done is just one example of many things that are happening in the industry? Or do you think he's kind of an anomaly of like some crazy guy who got power and held on to it?
Well, I think we've all seen, unfortunately, the video with him and Cassie.
Yeah.
So I can only speak on what I've seen, right? And as someone who left an abusive marriage, watching that is traumatic.
Mm-hmm.
It's horrific. So I don't care if you have $10 billion or 13,000 in debt. Like if you're putting your hands on women or your significant other, like you just deserve to like burn in hell. Like bye. And so when I saw that and you hear the stories of the cover-ups of people not speaking up to him because of his power and privilege, that's happened. That's the history of America. That's why the police get to do what the fuck they want. That's why government officials have been doing what they want. But I think we're in this new age of technology and accountability where we have the option to hold people accountable. And that's why you have to use your voice. If you don't speak up, there's this psychological phenomenon where everybody thinks somebody else during an emergency is going to speak up.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of times, sometimes somebody could die because everybody else thinks somebody else is going to help. Mm-hmm. I've kind of focused my life on being the one that speaks up no matter what. So like, if you're not publishing or telling other people, hey, that photographer tried to take advantage of me, and you post the photos and you tag the photographer, other people are going to go to that photographer and also get taken advantage of. So I make it a point to like tell other models when I've gotten into sneaky situations or dirty situations. And I've told other artists, like, don't go to that studio. I've told a company, like, I'm not coming to your event because it's at a studio where they tried to, SA me. They tried to sexually assault me. I'm not cool with that. I was 23, a community college student making music, and you thought that you could just take advantage of me because of what I look like. And so I don't think it's a bad thing. What's going on? I think it's a great thing that it's being highlighted and that somebody's being held accountable. I think it's probably more skeletons in the industry.
Yeah.
People, especially, they always get this like inflated hubristic ego, which makes them think that they're bigger than what they are. Like, unless you're like Dr. Sebi and you're like changing lives, bro, like, come on, like, don't be an Elon Musk, bro.
Yeah. Don't think that you matter more than you do.
Yeah.
I think we all matter, but there's a fine line between knowing your worth and having an inflated ego and that tends to hurt other and being selfish, to your point.
Yeah.
You talk about speaking up when other people won't. Do you feel like you've still been able to get opportunities in the industry, even though you're someone who won't be just oblige and follow the status quo? Because a lot of people don't speak up because they're scared that I won't get booked for another modeling opportunity. I know modeling specifically is very much who likes you and who doesn't like you for the booking. So a lot of models will say, I didn't speak up because I just wanted to get to the next booking. I wanted to do that. So how do you navigate that as someone who didn't come from generational wealth? And you're not like, oh, well, it's fine if I speak up and I don't get jobs because I have all this trust fund money. You don't have that. So how did you kind of balance, like, I need to make money, but I want to speak the truth?
Yeah, I love the word oblige. I hate obligations. I hate when I feel like I have to do something that I don't want to do. I'm like, oh, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
I like swear I have authoritarian defiance disorder because like you tell me to do something, I'm going to be like, okay, like I guess. The thing is, I know that some people can't speak up because they're not a white girl with blonde hair and blue eyes. I have a certain level of privilege that I can say things and I get heard and I get respected and I get listened to. And then also like, it's like, oh, sometimes it's like, oh, she's just a woman, so they'll forget about it. But that's what gives me the power to assert and say, no, that's wrong. Like, no, there's no Black people on this trip. I'm not going. There's no Black people in that movie. I'm not watching it. There's no Asian representation. My whole journey after I left our high school, after I left Radnor, my whole journey has been this exploration of what's really going on in our world. And even graduating with my degrees, my community college degree, my associate's is in psychology. My bachelor's is in psychology with a framing of the trauma-informed approach. And my master's is now in public health. And the whole time I researched racism in our institutions and what it's doing to the health of the people that I love. And even the people I don't even know on the street that I love. And it's horrifying. And they didn't teach me about that. In my schooling, in high school and middle school, they teach you, slavery, it ended. Okay, we're all equal. And it's a lie. And it's sad and it's frustrating. And my entire degree for public health, I studied anti-racism in healthcare and how to prevent providers and the people that are actually providing the care from being racist. Even if it's an implicit bias and they don't know they're doing it, they need to be told they're doing it because they're killing people. It's not like, oh, you missed a scratch and you didn't put a Band-Aid on it. It's like you're missing cancer. You're missing diabetes screenings. You're missing they're killing people. And so it's very hard for me to sit quiet while other people are doing wrong. And because I have the skin color I have, because I have the platform and the privilege, I can say what I want. And like, I don't really care if it loses me money because I've always had to work. I'm always going to find more work. And somebody once said to me, not all money is good money. I mean, I don't want Donald Trump's money. I don't want Elon Musk's money. That's fine. And I've had to navigate being highly educated, but also having a social media presence where I hold people accountable, including legislatures. But I found a way to like use my voice for good. I've sat on the board of nonprofits here in the city of Philadelphia. I have gotten in the dirt. Like I clean parks, I hang out and I sweep the streets, I host events and we shut down blocks. I've done so much that allows me the access to politicians and to business owners and tell them what's right and wrong. And like, I don't know, like I feel like I have a duty. Like if you're not an anti-racist, you're a racist. And that's just, there's no in between for me. As a white person, there's just no in between. You're either actively dismantling the platforms and privileges you've been given or you're not. And I just choose to take that all the way out for everybody. LGBTQ rights, queer rights, Black rights, Asian rights.
And just women's rights.
Women's rights. I hate saying I'm a feminist because people...
I don't say that.
Traditional feminism is for white women. Yeah. I just believe everybody deserves to be themselves and be loved and love and go get money. And everybody deserves vacations and like nobody deserves to be harassed. And like I believe that about everybody. But somewhere, I mean, I guess it was when Barack Obama was elected, like these crazy leftists, like they got rightists, whoever the fuck they are, the crazy Republicans. I'm sorry, these MAGA freaks came out and they've made being a hater okay again. And I'm just not okay with that. So.
Yeah. And I'm not okay with like hating anyone. Like we should all, if we're really trying to go back to the church state, the whole thing of even the Bible is giving people grace. It's like John 1:16 is like grace upon grace. So why, even if I truly believe being LGBTQ is wrong, I personally don't believe that. But if I did, if I'm following the scripture, I would be giving you grace because you're still one of God's children.
And it's so annoying.
Even if I don't, I think everyone thinks we have to agree and just do the same thing. We don't have to agree. I can think you're wrong and still see you as a human and not spew hate on you even if I really believe that you're wrong. Like, my intent in speaking and telling stories is not to get you to agree and have my same perspective or the perspective of the guest that I have on, but to say, oh, you know what? I do see everyone as a human because we all have different stories that have accumulated into us and our life experience and how we maneuver in the world. And they all deserve respect and human decency.
Yeah.
You talked about public health. One of the people I interviewed for one of the episodes, she is getting her doctorate for it at Johns Hopkins.
Okay, I was looking at their program recently.
Yes. Okay,
I need to talk to her.
Yes, off camera, let me know. I'll connect you.
Please, thank you.
I think she just finished her second year, I think.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, it's intensive, but you work like the point
you have to work.
Yeah,
I just was reading about it. You have to work, and they have an online option. So
That's what she does.
I was looking at their online option because it's like you have to work, you have to be in public health, and like that's for me that's like really good because like I already have to work. Like, I have life.
Yeah,
I gotta work. I gotta do something. You know, I can't go to in-person school. That's how great program.
So yeah, it's intensive, but it's a good intensive. She said she's learning so much about storytelling, which I think would really resonate with you and how you can use storytelling as data points to create change in the healthcare system. Because not everything is going to be like, oh, I went to the doctor and my blood pressure was this, and then you just go and you're a number. It's like, what was the story behind why my blood pressure was that? And okay, if my story was the only food that was around me was fast food, then that goes into the data of, well, 30% of the people who come to this doctor complaining about this symptom only have fast food around them. It tells the bigger picture versus just taking the number. Yeah. Like, no, you can make stories quantitative.
I love data. Yeah. All my degrees are in data. So like I have science degrees, right? And data is so powerful because what people do with data is powerful. They can, you can manipulate it. And you can manipulate numbers to show what you want. And so what I love doing with data is like showing it face value. Like you can see a graph and that study that they did actually was like this big. Like, let me tell you, they had this study come out with Girl Scout cookies and like this one lady who is like I'm going to call her health freak. You're welcome. Whoever you are, you're annoying. She's a health freak. Like
doing the fear mongering.
Yes. And she tried to fear monger Girl Scout cookies. My daughter sold 500 boxes of those cookies. Stay away. She's actually becoming a junior tonight. Shout out to her. She's bridging. I know. I'm like, I can't have a 9-year-old. But like, you're fear mongering off of, they tested 20 boxes of cookies. Are you kidding?
Yeah.
You tested 20 boxes of cookies out of millions of boxes of cookies and then found chemicals that are in our everyday food and then tried to make it seem like Girl Scout cookies are
Girl Scout cookies.
Bro.
Because the story is not Girl Scouts. The story is the food industry. The United States of America is fucked.
Yes.
It's over with all of it. Even when you do eat fruits and vegetables, like
they're still processed.
Yes. It's still chemicals in it.
It's so hard.
Unless you're buying everything organic, which is, and even then, you have to pay to certify things to be organic. Like it's a thing. Like unless you have the ability to go to a farmer's market,
actual farm,
and your stuff has things in it.
It does.
And it's not to say you should be eating Girl Scout cookies every day, but the whole point of Girl Scout cookies, the way I perceive them, is it's a one-time-a-year thing that they happen. They're a treat. Even if you buy 3 boxes for your house, say there's 4 people in your household, you buy 3 boxes. Okay, you probably all together each ate 10 cookies over a week.
God forbid somebody eats a sweet snack. Like,
and I'm a health person. Like, I really am into holistic health.
Yes,
like,
I love that.
I am pescatarian right now, but I don't really eat dairy too much. Like milk, I don't do milk really.
No, but milk is just.
But I'm not gonna freak out about. Oh, I had a Girl Scout cookie. You're like, oh, I brought some extra.
That's
Girl
an
Scout
unhealthy
cookies.
Relationship with food.
Yes,
and as someone who has lost 120 pounds over 2 years, I've had to fight those
Period.
unhealthy, thank you, like a moment for the weight loss, okay? Which I shared publicly. So like the whole time I was sharing my workouts and
which I love.
I like was very honest about. But the one thing is like I had to work with therapists and nutritionists to like work on my unhealthy obsession with food, because it's really how much you're eating and the portions and the processing. Like for me, like red meat was a killer. Like red meat, it takes so long to digest. And if you have a slow metabolism already, it's just sitting in your body. So that's how I started, like dropping red meat. Then I dropped chicken and turkey. Then I dropped the fish. So now I'm just a straight vegetarian. And the one thing I hated is when in my public health degree, I did a class on food. And even when you are eating organic and fruits and vegetables, it's still, there's no science to say organic is better for you. And there's none that says that. People who eat organic and people who don't eat organic still get cancers. They still suffer high blood pressure. It's about there's so many factors. And when you say you're into holistic medicine, I'm into holistic health. So that's holistic medicine. That's looking at your whole picture of your health and well-being, instead of just saying, well, I have high blood pressure, so I'm going to take high blood pressure medicine. Well, no. Just like you said, it could be because of many things. You might not live in a walkable city. You might just be sitting at a desk all day.
And then get in your car.
Go back home, sit on the couch. You're not active. Part of me losing weight the first time when I was really young, I was like 20. Everybody's like, are you on drugs? No, I moved to New Orleans and I was walking everywhere. My activity level changed. And when I walk, I feel healthier. I love being able to walk. So I make it a point, like even to just walk across the bridge to my mom's house, or like walk, because for me, my journey was there was a multi-factored situation of why I wasn't healthy. It wasn't just like, oh, I'm bigger, I hate what I look like. That's not why I lost weight. I was pretty when I was 265 pounds. I was getting gigs at 265. I was going to say, you were
still doing plus size modeling.
I was. That's how I got my first music videos, is being plus size. So like, it wasn't ever, I'm not beautiful. I was doing research on what makes people unhealthy, and I want to be able to help other people change their lives. I had to start changing mine. And it took the self-confidence. That's what I changed first. Changed that first. Started making music. Started using a platform. Then it was like, okay, I'm not eating right. Started cooking my foods, started learning portioning. And then it was like, no matter what I ate, I was counting the calories and I was upset. And I had to learn how to stop worrying about exactly what I'm eating and just eat so I could live. Instead of eating for taste or eating for this, I eat to live. And then if I want a cookie, I can eat a cookie. It's not going to kill me. You know what I'm saying? But what is going to kill you is like negative thoughts in your mind all the time.
Yes.
That kills you. Anxiety and negative thoughts, you lose years of your life. So no, thank you.
Years of your life. And I don't think people talk about it enough. I was saying in another episode that I had 3 fibroids. Now I only have 2 because I quit my job, and the stress from the job. I lost 20 pounds. I've always been a small person.
You just always had big boobs. She always had a rack, bro.
Like,
India.
Like, these have always been here. Yeah. People have heard me say that and they probably don't believe it. I'm like, no, I was 98 pounds.
This poor
with
little
the
girl,
big titties.
Tiny little girl in the air. Our flyer she just
with
always
the titties
had breasts,
sitting there,
bro.
Like, it was just always there, to the point where you would be like, do you really have them?
Yes.
Because I was small. So you're like, there's no way you actually.
Tiny little wrists.
Yeah.
Big boobs. And that's how I was always a little gay. Like I'm pans. I say I'm pansexual. So like I'm just attracted to like
humans.
Yes.
Energy kind of thing.
Right. And it's like, I'm not going to say you're trans, so I don't like you. Like, that's not fine. I'm like, you paying the bills? Okay, cool. We could go on a date. So like, for me, it's like very telling. Like I think back to being younger, like things I noticed, and like wasn't until I moved to New Orleans, I was more explorative with who I was and like learning different types of people exist. Till I was like, oh, like I could actually go on a date with a woman and this is fun. Like I always noticed you have big boobs. I'm just realizing it now. Like I was always a little gay.
You're like, oh, that was always me, huh?
Like, oh.
I feel like sexuality is a spectrum.
It is.
Like, everybody a little bit gay. Everybody. But like, even if it's just 1%. Even if it's a 1%.
Like straight men have always dressed up in drag, and it was okay. Like boys in our high school always dressed up in drag. That's gay as fuck.
And
You're
that's
gay as
cool.
fuck, and that's okay.
Yeah, but like, and you might be 95% straight. You might be 99% straight, but there's still a 1% or a 0.5%. Like, there's levels. Like, people always say, like, I'm pretty straight. I'm probably 95% straight. But there's that 5%.
That 5%.
There's that 5%.
I'll be like, dang,
It's like,
that
oh,
one
you
right
know
there.
what? Like that girl, just that one maybe. Like, and then like if it actually happened, I'd be like, no, I'm cool.
No,
but yeah, like everybody has a spectrum of how gay they are.
Yeah.
It's interesting you say the thing about the trans thing, because I think I'm not transphobic. You know how we all have an internalized something.
We all have biases. We do.
Internalized whatever. I don't have the internalized transphobia, but I feel like I more so have the internalized homophobia. Like how I was... Not
how you were raised.
Not like, because my mom was always like, even when I was young, she like donated to like gay rights and stuff all the time. So it wasn't that. I don't know. Maybe it's just being Black.
We grew up in the era, like right after we left high school, it was okay to be who you are. But like when we were in high school, I mean, I was profusely bullied at Radnor my whole time I was there. From no matter what I did, I could be on the varsity cheerleading squad, or I could be like a 4.0 student. I could be a wrestling team manager. I could be like in the musical. I could get the solo. I could sing the national anthem at the football games. The boys were still making wail noises at me as I walked in the hallway. It didn't matter what I did. So like, I think we grew up in the era where like you were told you had to be this perfect person. You had to know a little bit of everything. You had to get great grades. And especially if I didn't have the money that people around me had. So I had to like overcompensate for that. Like, and no matter what I did, it wasn't enough. And so sometimes you get taught these things.
And that's why being nice was a waste of time.
I'm trying to tell
like,
you.
You did all this shit.
Bro, I was nice for way too long.
It was a waste of time. Like, it didn't get you nowhere. And it was like the point when you decided, actually, I don't care to be nice anymore. I just want to do the things that I want to do. Like,
and people always are like, "You're so nice." I'm kind.
And nice.
I share. Yeah,
are two different things.
They are.
People don't talk about that enough. I'm such a kind, genuine person, but I'm not nice. Like, and the people who say that I'm nice, I'm like, oh, you feel that because I'm kind to you because you haven't done me wrong.
Right. You might not have any boundaries. We might have to get on that because you think I'm nice because you don't have boundaries.
But I'm not. I'm just
a decent human being.
A decent human being who sees you as a human being, who appreciates you as a person being there.
And I just feel like nice has... It's a good word with a negative connotation, because nice a lot of times means you're sweet. And sweet means you're green. And if nobody knows what that means, who's listening, it means you're easy to get over on. And the reason it's the Not So Nice records of promotion and the Rosa Not So Nice on Instagram is because you could look at somebody and think that they're nice, but in reality, they could pull the wool over your eyes. I remember being in New Orleans and somebody said to me, you know, it was my own cousin who broke into my house and stole my PS5, my PS3 or whatever. Like, it was his own people that stole his stuff. So it's like very frequently, it could be the people that are closest to you. I mean, during my weight loss journey, I lost a lot of friends. People who I had known for 5 years who just stopped being nice to me, stopped being kind to me, stopped showing me the same love they did. Like, it was shocking. But when I set boundaries, like, why are you doing this? They acted like nothing was wrong. That's when I had to learn how to be alone. So like, it's okay with me to not talk to somebody ever again. I had a best friend of 22 years. I do not talk to her anymore. I refuse. If we have different morals and values, we could do different things. But if we don't, I mean, politically speaking, if we don't see eye to eye, we can be in the same restaurant, but you're not coming to my house. I'm not letting you into my sanctuary circle. Right. I built this peace. I built this serenity. I built this stability. You know, you're talking about you had the same phone number for 15 years. I think I've had my same phone number since right before COVID, like 2019. I've had the same 2 phone numbers. That's a long time for me. I move houses every 2 years. I've been very unstable my whole life. So the stability I have right now, the peace I have right now, the self-confidence, the leverage the social media presence. I fought for this, blood, sweat, and tears. And I'm not giving it up for anybody. I don't even go on dates. I tell people, like, you're not dating me unless you could pay for my daughter's private school tuition.
Period.
If you got $32K a year for the number 2 private school in Pennsylvania to put my daughter through, you could take me out on a date, Drake.
You're like, I have somebody in mind. She has somebody in mind, y'all.
Drake, Aubrey Graham, hey. But like, if you don't have that, like, I have boundaries. Like, and if you don't like that, you could see your way out of my life and never talk to me
no
ever
hard
again.
feelings.
No, because I make myself happy. I get my nails done.
Period.
I go on trips. I sing my little heart out. I get to post things online and get paid for it. This trip to New Orleans to celebrate my graduation was really a full circle moment for me. Going back to somewhere where I was homeless, where I was an abuse victim the last time my daughter was there, where now I'm working and being paid to be at the places that I could have never afforded to get into before. Audubon Zoo. I got to work with them. The Creole Queen Riverboat, worked with them. Jam Nola, shout out to them. They were dope. It's a museum. All local artists put their stuff in there to make a history museum about New Orleans, past, present, and future. It's really cool in there. So Jam Nola, shout out to them. Larry Morrow, who is a huge restaurateur in both Texas and New Orleans. I got to work with one of his restaurants, Monday Nola. It was just, I got to bring my daughter to Cafe Du Monde, where I used to have to work the overnight shift and people would pass out in their beignets and I'd have to like try to wake them up. Like, I got to bring my daughter there and be like, this is where you come from. And like, we've worked so hard to get to be able to enjoy these things. So like, I'm not going to complain. Like, maybe I don't have a trust fund, but I got trust in God. And I think
that's the biggest thing that you can have is your faith. Like, having real faith
in anything other than, like, I don't know, Scientology, but like having faith just, it makes you, I just feel like believing in something and having something there, it just makes people good people. And the people that use religion to justify hate, they don't have faith.
Yeah, you don't have faith.
You might have a religion back, like, and you might think that, but even the Pope was like, gay people can get married. What are you talking about? A sin is a sin is a sin. And everybody gets judged at the end. And my sin is no different than another sin of somebody else. None of us are perfect. We all make daily sins. Like, man, I'll be going to hell if Jesus didn't come die on that cross, because I cursed my mama out.
I feel like there's a hell A, B, and C. Right. And I be trying to go to the one that's like A, like not all the way down the C. Like, just let me go.
I just want to be at the gates of heaven and God be like, I saw what you did. I saw you try your best. And I hate the word try. I saw you do your best. I saw you ask for forgiveness. I saw you give onto others as to how you wanted to be treated. I saw you teach your child the word of God. Like, bro, come on in. And it'll be a second line like they have in New Orleans with their parasols welcoming you. You know, like, that's why I live the way I do. I want people to know that you can have faith. You can be a follower of God without,
and still be yourself.
And without being judged. Without judging. Yes.
You can be you and be a follower of God because God made you.
Yes.
And I definitely feel that. I wanted to touch on something that you said with your weight loss journey. People treated you different.
Yeah.
That's crazy because I've always thought that, okay, when you're skinny, you get certain privileges. There's skinny privilege and big girls don't.
I'm like, am I skinny?
Like, you know,
almost.
like, I'm skinny.
Like, yeah.
Period. That's me. But like, it sounds like you were living life as a bigger person. You were getting gigs. You were modeling gigs at that.
Yeah.
Influencing as a bigger person. So what do you think flipped the switch on how people were treating you? And do you think skinny privilege is for real? Like, is that really a thing? Or are we just like delusional and thinking that?
I think that there's so many privileges. And I definitely think that like skinny or thinner people get easier access to certain things. I think that I mean, it's a twofold, right? Like I built a fan base off of being a plus size model, musician, influencer, activist, spokesperson, hashtag plus size, hashtag all bodies are beautiful. I still, all bodies are beautiful, but it comes with a toll. Like my fan base likes bigger women. So like I get comments under my posts that are like, I liked you better when you were bigger.
Because that's what they wanted. Like you built your
It's like almost like a fetish too, like for like fat women.
You know, they say they doing that to Lizzo too, now that she done lost weight.
She's killing me too. I'm sorry, Lizzo. She keeps calling herself thin. And I have body dysmorphia. She's like, yes, I'm so skinny. I'm so thin. I'm like, bitch, you're still size 16. Like you went from like a size 28 to a size 16. Size 16 is still plus size. So you're fucking up my body dysmorphia where my size 6, I still feel like I'm plus size and I have to go to therapy because I don't think I'm a size 6 and I buy size 14 clothes. Like, but you're not skinny. So telling the world you're skinny, like she has this new song out. It's like, I used to be fat and now I'm skinny. I'm like, bitch, you're not skinny. You're not there yet. You're working to get there, but you're not there yet. You just said you're at your goal weight or below your goal weight, but like, friend. And
you can stay at that goal weight. That's not the problem.
And that's not, and it's unhealthy for us to think that skinny and thin isn't a size, because it is a size. It's a word that society uses to define what a certain body type looks like. Because even though I'm a size 6, my butt is still so big. I still have 43-inch size hips. My thighs and my butt make me still bigger. Like I mean, in my opinion. So like, I'm thin because I wear a size small, but like I still wear a size 38 band, a bra. That's huge. A 38 around your breast size is huge. That's plus size. I mean, okay, it's not huge. Let me reverse it. In my head, it's bigger. So it's like,
because of the modeling industry,
like
this, you're just going off of what the standard
American.
That's why it's like my boobs aren't like the biggest in the world,
right?
But because I am a 32 around here, these things are huge.
Yes,
like you have like
wait till you have kids, bro. You gonna go be like, take them off. take them off, like, because when they get bigger when you have milk in them. So like you're gonna be like,
my back gonna hurt. My back.
I'm going to talk about back pain. I go to physical therapy for that. Like,
girl,
I will not. I will go to the doctor and get something fixed. But yeah, we were talking about people being mean because I lost weight. My therapist thinks, and yes, I go to therapy once weekly. Thank you.
Period.
Since I was 17, please. My therapist thinks it's because I surrounded myself with people who built me up to not be a healthy person. And when I started having boundaries and standards that were healthy, they felt within themselves that they weren't doing enough, and it created a divide.
Yes.
And I won't tell you, hey, you're eating something I won't eat. I'll let you eat. I cook meat for my daughter. But like, I mean, I go to the gym 5 times a week. What are you doing? I'm smoking a blunt and then going to the gym. Do you want to go out to the bar? Do you want to go out drinking? Do you want to go party? I don't really party. I don't drink alcohol. It doesn't sit right with me. That's not the life I want. I don't party like that anymore. Like, to get me out of the house past 11 o'clock PM, you either have to be paying me, there has to be food involved, or like Aubrey Graham has to be performing on that stage, bro. Like, there has to be a benefit to my career or my family to get me out of the house. Like, I went to sleep every night in New Orleans by like 10:30. I did not hit up Bourbon Street. Granted, there were, escaped convicts on the loose down there while I was there. They literally got out like the day I was down there. I was like, what the hell? But like, I'm not that person anymore. So when you change, sometimes people don't change too, and it's okay.
And it hurts like them, like it creates that divide.
It hurts me too. That hurt my feelings.
Cause you're like, damn, I'm just trying to take care of myself.
Right, I thought you were my friend.
I'm just trying to grow and evolve and take care of my body.
Like, I thought you were cool. Like, all right, bet. I just find new friends. Like, and that's the one thing the music industry can do for you in the entertainment industry. Being in the entertainment industry, there's so many events. Like, I went to the YouTube Creator Collective in Jersey City in the beginning of this month at this restaurant called Porta. 10 out of 10. I wish we were there so we could go eat there now.
Oh my gosh.
So they make their cheese from scratch, their mozzarella in-house every day. Oh, So their food was really good, but I met all these people who are willing and want to meet other people. And we weren't all musicians. I met this gamer who has like 1 million subscribers on YouTube, which means he's monetizing and probably my daughter watches him. And like, you know what I'm saying? Like you meet all these different people and there's like, okay, one person doesn't want to like me, but I don't know if you ever had Professora King for any languages.
No.
We were in a lot of classes together for language. Spanish. So I was about to say she did Italian and French, and she said one time when we were at an opera trip with the French club or Spanish club, one of the clubs, Italian clubs I was in. Somebody was being mean to me, and I was upset. I was like, I don't understand what I did to her for her not to like me. She was like, "You're gonna live a hard life if your life is all about getting other people to like you. People don't have to like you. There's nothing in the rule book that says somebody has to like you. The people that like you will like you, and the people that don't. Y'all don't have to be by each other. Yeah. You don't ever have to talk to this person again." I'm like, oh, wait. And it was like, I was like 15 or 16 and it clicked. I was like, oh, I'm not about, and I still think that way. Like, I'm not about to make somebody like me. Like,
yeah,
I'm me. If I say something that hurts your feelings, please tell me.
Yeah, inform me because I want to grow.
Yes.
But I'm not going to go out of my way to be like, please like me. I'm going to do whatever it takes for you to like me. Because I'm not going to do anything, quite honestly.
That makes us all unhappy.
For you to like me.
I was a people pleaser forever. And then I got into an abusive relationship and I was like, what am I doing here? Like, what am I, like, I've gotten to this level of like self-hate and like self-sabotage where I could go from like a high prospect, like free ride for college to like homeless and being beat up. Like, fuck no. Like something had to switch. And my education is really what it was. Learning, growing, and having strong women around me that helped me get out. Because otherwise, you know, without the city of Philadelphia and the grants and the laptop that was replaced, I would have never been able to get on my feet and be where I am today.
But it's also commendable that you sought out the resources to get help, because a lot of people, when they're going through things, they feel like they have to do it alone or persevere alone. And it's not possible to really do it alone. Like, the world is supposed to be a community. We strive, we grow in community. And it's great that you were like, okay, I can go to these women. I can seek these grants out. I deserve to seek these grants out.
See, the thing is, right? And that's part of my platform, right? I help other people find resources, right? It's just like what I do in my daily life. And I didn't know they were there. They popped up because I told my story.
Exactly.
Somebody asked me, how are you doing today? I'm not going to lie to you. Like, what you wanted a fake answer? Bitch, I'm broken. Like, I just left my house, my car, the city I love, my friends with my 10-month-old in the middle of the night at 1 a.m. How do you think I'm doing? I don't have a laptop to finish school. So every morning I have to go to campus and do my online work in school. How do you think I'm really not doing that well? You know, I'm having a hard day. Thanks for asking. Well, why are you having a hard day? Well, this is happening. And then when I told one woman in the pool at my gym in Radnor at PSC, which is no longer PSC, but I told one woman in the pool what happened. She had a network. She put out a PSA to her friends and the donations started coming in. Crib for my daughter, brand new laptop, everything. Oh, here's a link. Fill this out. Go do this. Get this. Go to this. You can get a train pass here. You could do this. And it was by one conversation. And I realized that one conversation changed what I was able to do in the dynamics of my life. So I intentionally have those conversations with people. I intentionally, if somebody tries to talk, like wants to talk to me, try to figure out what's going on. And then like, I Uber drive. Like, I'll get somebody in the back of the car that tells me they're homeless. Okay, I have at least a resource list. Let me get all the food and housing resources that you need here. Oh, do you have an education? You want a GED? I got that. I could get you a GED. Oh, you're a felon. You need job placement. Oh, I got you. Oh, you like music festivals? I once ran into this girl at a music festival. I love her. I freaking love her. And she was just somebody at the festival. She's like, I see you at every festival I go to. Well, how do you get in and what do you do? I was like, girl, like, I work a bar. Like right now I'm working a bar. And that was my first time working a bar at Made in America. Before that, I had done head count there where you register the people to vote. And from the bar at Made in America, I went from working the bar to working. I was the manager of all the people checking the COVID passes that one year. You had to have your COVID test. I was there. I was everybody's boss. And like over like 60 employees were people I brought with me. Like they were independent contractors that I got from social media and from friends and network. They were getting paid $25 an hour. So they were well off. Anybody's going to jump on that job, right? And then the next year I was the production assistant for the entire Made in America. We haven't had any Made in America since, which has been sad. But it was the growth of being in the festivals for that she was seeing like, okay, well, how did you come back 2 years in a row with a different job? And you know what she does now? She's a traveling bartender for music festivals. And I love it. Like she realized like what I was doing. And that's one conversation can change your life. And that happened for me. And literally that's all I want for people is like, you can have what you want. You can be who you want. And it's harder for some people. Yes, not everybody has the brains. Not everybody has the base of education. We have a great education from Radnor, even though it's like bubble education. We were set up really well to be able to read and write and do the things you need to do to own a business. So like, if you want to own a business, like we're set up well. We have the foundation to NYU grad, right? I have three degrees, Community College, Philadelphia, Wilmington, and Delaware, and Tulane, right? Like we have this basis that might let us do it easier, but like anybody can get here. There's YouTube videos that could teach you that. There's grants. There's grants for every type of person imaginable. You could get a grant for like being a frog owner. You could get a grant for being this or that, or a first time this. There's so many resources. And while a lot of money is being stripped away because of fucking Donald Trump and Doge, who I obviously don't like, there's still people out there willing to help. And so one conversation can change a life. It changed mine. It's changed my daughter's life forever. And if there's one thing I know, it's that I will never let someone go hungry. That's just not what I could do. Whether it's I can help you, put you in a place to live. I can give you a job. I can give you clothes, whatever it is. I'm going to teach you something. And you're going to teach me right back.
Right. You're going to teach me right back. I love, like, we're closing on this because
we're hungry.
I feel like that is the whole reason why I run my mouth. And I joke and I'm like, oh, I yap for a living, ha ha ha. But it's because the power and the change that can happen just by talking, just by being community, just by having conversation. Even if you didn't have a resource for me, but you were like, wow, I hear you, India. And if you ever want support or to vent, I'm here. That could do, I could have never felt like I could talk to anybody. And you store trauma and pent up emotions in your body. That creates.
You do.
Chronic,
illness.
Autoimmune illness.
It does.
It does. So
I have a degree in that.
You are correct. Woo-woo stuff. It's degree stuff.
It is science.
This is not woo-woo. People think this stuff is woo-woo. Like, oh, you're talking and it's community and that's helping. No, this is science.
This is science.
She got degrees.
I have a whole certificate in the trauma-informed approach, which is all about not even like removing just traumas from happening, but like preventing trauma. But it's like addressing the traumas that have already happened. Because like, we all have traumas, some people more than others. And if you don't address them, you don't go to therapy, if you don't find ways to cope, it really can make you die earlier. Like when I learned about trauma was actually and childhood abuse and adverse childhood effects and experiences is when I decided to leave my abusive marriage. Because I learned that what happens to me and just a child seeing what happens to their parent and growing up around that makes them more likely to go through it and
you
die earlier.
Your parents' trauma.
You do.
100%.
And we have to, and these are things we have to fight. And I mean, and it reminds me of something you said, like, what makes you always willing to speak up? Well, like, what happens when we don't is what's going on right now in America.
Yes.
So it's traumatic. It's scary. And there's a whole generation of people that are going to go without rights. They're dying. God forbid people want just to live a healthy life and be equal, or I hate the word equal, equitable, have equitable access to resources and chances. Like, God forbid. Like, so trauma is real.
Trauma is real.
Address your trauma and go to therapy.
And running your mouth is changing lives and saving the world.
All day.
And you don't need to be nice to do good in this world.
You don't.
The not nice people was the ones doing this shit for real. Period.
Which brings up Music Cares. We're gonna shout out Music Cares real quick. So I'm gonna put this right here. This is for you. No, I'll just give it to you. This is for you, and these are for you. These are stickers. Music Cares is the nonprofit through the Recording Academy. They are who throws the Grammys.
These are so cute.
And I am a Grammy U student member. I've been a student member since I started my master's in 2022. And Grammy U is all about teaching the upcoming musicians how to just music industry executives how to navigate the industry. I've had a lot of great experiences through Grammy U. I got to see Coco Jones. I really got an amazing experience my first Grammy week. And Music Cares is their nonprofit. They do an annual day called the Day That Music Cares. This is where I met Teray, who was the chapter head of the Recording Academy in New York for years. And we cleaned a park together in Queensbridge for Music Cares Day. And that's how I found out about Music Cares. And as somebody who's always been a volunteer and is always in New York, I was like, okay, I'm going to come. And it started, that year was their first year. And we've been doing days ever since. So it's once a year. Musicians come together and do a service opportunity. I live so far away from Philly. I live like an hour and a half away from Philly. So it's called the Lehigh Valley, and I'm an AmeriCorps service member, and I was with the United Way, and I got the United Way and Music Cares to partner and invite local musicians in to pack resource bags for seniors. So this was like April 25th, which will be a day that lives in ruin because I also got fired that day. We had this great event. Music Care sent me shirts. Like the Recording Academy sent me shirts.
Now I have stickers from the Recording Academy.
Listen, it's a big deal. And we got together. We did this event. I got a local bakery called Let Them Eat Cake. Love them. To donate like baked goods. So we had sweet treats, and we had like 10 musicians and photographers, and then 10 people from United Way came, and we all packed these resource bags. It was an amazing day. The Recording Academy gave everybody shirts. United Way gave everybody shirts. There was stickers and cupcakes and resources and community resources. And we had all these great conversations. And then at 8 p.m. that night, AmeriCorps was defunded by Doge. So United Way lost all their AmeriCorps volunteers. So I've been on administrative hold through AmeriCorps since that day. But it was an amazing day. And it stands for something, right? My music is what brought me to be able to bring 20 people together to pack over 150 resource bags for people in the Lehigh Valley who are seniors. They were senior resource bags. So sometimes just following your heart and listening to who you want to be, and like not double guessing, and just going with your gut, and like using research and science, and just being the best person that you can be, can bring the people you love together in different ways. And I'm forever grateful that Music Cares trusted me with that. And that's why I brought that here today, because I have some extras. I wanted more people to be there, but Lehigh Valley. And it's hard to get people to come out and believe in something. And so if there's one thing that we can both agree upon today, is that we all have traumas, and we both like to talk a lot, but what we do is use that trauma to help build up other people, and give props, and give
voices.
A platform. Yes. Give a platform to those who don't always have one. And that's the most important thing about what I do, is sharing the platform, helping others write their own story instead of letting people write it for them.
Period. Mic drop is dropped. Bye, y'all.
Write your own story.